Hey, my friends, how are you today? I hope you're doing well and uh, keeping strong and safe. And even if you're not, you're in the right place, listening, you're tuned in and logged into the right place today. And I know that as we keep on listening, something good is really going to happen to you today. Um, Today, I want to talk about recovery, especially during this COVID period. There are things that have gone, that people have lost, or disruptions that have happened in people's lives, things that have caused disruption. And COVID may have caused disruption in your life or in the lives or in your company or wherever area in your life. Some even in their families, there's disruption that has happened. And is it possible to be able to recover after such a disruption, a major disruption in somebody's life? In the Bible tells us of a place where there was a major disruption, the major disruption in David's life. The Bible says that he went, and when he came back to Ziklag, he found that he went for mission or for war. And when he came back to where his family and all his belongings were, he found that the enemy had come and had taken his children and his wife and had burned down the area they were living in and had taken all their possession and his wives and children. And the Bible says that David and his men wept until there was no strength in them to weep anymore. There was no strength in them to weep anymore. And the people became annoyed with David and they wanted to stone him. In the book of 1 Samuel chapter 30. They wanted to stone David because they were mourning for their sons and their daughters. Their hearts were grieved. And when there is a loss or a disruption, it can bring grief. And at times people get stones and they want to bring and cause blame game. One of the people that I like listening to says that one of his mentors once, when he found him and he had all these reasons why he was not making it in life. And he began to tell how the government has done him wrong, how the government, how taxes and he had all these major reasons of why he had said that he was not able to make it. He was not able to make it. And finally, the man asked him that you've given me all those reasons, but you've not given me the biggest of them all. And he asked him, which one is that? And that man told him that you. Because it is not what counts more than anything else is not what other people are doing out there, is what you are becoming inside. Is what you are becoming inside. And no matter what, if the enemy cannot be able to make you compromise on your beliefs, your values, your faith, and you're able to stand, it's just a matter of time and things will turn around for you again. So what do? The Bible says David, when he found that this is what had happened, he went before the Lord. He told them, bring for me the ephod, and he began to ask the Lord, Lord, shall I pursue? Shall I overtake? And shall I recover? For me as a believer, the first place is to go and ask the Lord. Even when I want to make plans, a recovery plan, I know right now many nations are having what is called as a recovery plan. And economic recovery plan. I know for certain in our country, both national government and county governments are developing or already have what is called an economic recovery strategy. Economic recovery strategy. And even us as believers, we need to develop a strategy to be able to be, for you to be able to navigate through these times, And basically, society in my church, they have divided society into 6 sectors, which is there is arts, media, and entertainment. There is education and family. There is politics and governance. There is business and commerce. There is science and medicine. And there is church and religion. And most of us are in one of those sectors. In in life. And most of these sectors right now, things are shifting in a way. And it's very good for you to be able to have the proper attitude so that you can be able, because shifts, when things happen, they will either lift you up or they will take you down, or you'll go down with them. But you are not the type that goes down with shakings or things like that come like this, because you have an attitude, you have a positive attitude. And not only do you have a positive attitude, you are a child of God and you believe in God. And if you do not, you're not a child of God, you've never given your life to Jesus Christ, you can make that decision today and give him your life. I know your life is disrupted, but even in this disruption, God is able to bring beauty out of ashes, a garment of praise where there was sorrow. God is able to bring beauty out of ashes. So begin to believe in him and begin to ask the right questions and make and analyze what is happening here. When there was a time I worked with an NGO that dealt with disaster response and other things, and one of the things that I saw them do, and I managed to, in my small capacity, I managed to see what they were doing, was called baseline survey. Before you begin the work, or when you want to begin it, you do what is called a baseline survey. And basically you're looking at certain areas, the timeline or schedule of events, how things will happen. And you also look at the costings, how much will it cost for us to be able to do this project. And also you look at the scope, what's the range, what's the scope of our operation. And in scope, it's also good to know the scope of your operation and your mandate, which is also very important, because we are not called to do everything. And that is quite important, because once you look at these areas in your life and you do a survey of your life, because at the end of everything, there is what is called as impact assessment. At the end of a project, what type of impact did it have on the society that you had gone to influence? What type of impact did it have? And all of us, we need to at times look at, I know right now there is disruption in many sectors, but we need to look at what type of impact do we want to have in life? What type of impact do we want to have in our families, in our life, in the society that we have in this generation? What type of impact do we want to leave behind? And when you begin to ask yourself such questions, because at times problems come to wake us up and to align us to a place where it takes us higher instead of bringing you down. Because as Paul says that we are crushed down, but we are not destroyed. It has not come to destroy you. It may hit you down, but like a ball, the harder you hit it, the higher it goes. The harder you hit it, the higher it bounces up. So even during this time, I want you to look up to God. And even as you begin to look at your life, I want you to be able to see the opportunities and to begin to set goals in your life. Have a strategy. Take a pen and a paper and go before the Lord and build up a strategy for your life. Build up a strategy for your life. Write up a plan. In Japan, when the Hiroshima, they blew them up with the atomic bomb. One of the things that how they rose up from the ashes and became what they are at the moment is that they made a plan. They made goals, because a person without a goal will not achieve anything. I know you may have had a plan, but David had to reorganize himself again and write his goals. And David began and set up a goal, which was to pursue, overtake, and recover all. And Japan wrote the first goal was to become the best textile in the world, manufacturers, and within they set up they made a goal that it was going to take them like 10 years, and within the 10 years they had made that goal. They made their next goal. Remember, they have come out from the ashes, and they say that now, because we have made up, we want to become the biggest steel provider. And looking at Japan, it's an island. They do not have a lot of steel, but by the end of the time that they had set, they missed it only with 1 year. They became the biggest steel provider within that time. Then they made up another goal that they want to become the biggest automobile or cars manufacturer. And when they finished those years that they had made the goal, they had achieved their goal, because they sat down and looked and developed a strategy. And David, when he went out and pursued, because you have to go out and pursue again, he went out with a clear goal: pursue, overtake, recover. Pursue, overtake, recover. So also you get a clear goal: pursue, overtake, and recover. And when he went out, the Bible says he not only recovered his children and all the belongings, but he recovered even more the belongings that the people that had come to fight them had. So you shall overtake, you shall recover. And now the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you.